Hello, everybody.
Hello. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. I'm Adam.
I'm Ryan.
I almost said that my name was Ryan, but we are husbands that cook, and we do this every Saturday. Thank you for very much for joining us. We have a good show planned today.
Yes, we do have a good show planned today. I see people joining already. I see Marinate and
Marinate.
Mayu. Hello, konnichiwa in
hello,
Japan.
Japan, yes.
Ed Gook is here. Hello everybody.
Edward.
Working Mother
Yes.
2. Everyone is here.
Everybody is joining. I
It
think
is-
they want to see this epic tower that we posted on our Instagram yesterday.
Yes, if anybody saw the picture we posted yesterday, it is this gooey, melty French onion grilled cheese, and we're making that today on the show.
Yes, so we are big fans of French onion soup. So you put that into a grilled cheese sandwich, and you have an epic lunch.
It is magic.
That is magic.
I mean, we both love French onions. I mean, I love French onion soup. You do too,
Yes.
right? So it's one of my favorites. It is often made with beef stock, though.
That's
So
right.
often I don't get to order it. And even when I do order it, the best part is the top, right?
Yes.
The cheesy, buttery, crispy top with those sweet onions underneath. It is so good.
Happy Saturday, everybody. I see people starting to come in.
Hello. Thanks for joining us.
It's 80 degrees here in sunny Los Angeles.
It's
a
warm.
gorgeous day.
Yes.
We've been hearing reports of snow still.
Like in the rest of the country,
on
yeah.
the East Coast. What is going on?
I don't know, but I see Maya Luth, hello from Denmark.
Hello in Denmark.
Good to see you.
Nice
Thanks
to
for
see
joining
you
us. So this is a grilled cheese that's based off of French onion soup. It's like the best part of French onion soup transformed into a grilled cheese. It's crispy, it's gooey, it's melty. It is so good. We had it yesterday and it was fabulous.
And it comes from a new book that we are going to be cooking from today. This is from Jessica Merchant
Yes.
at How Sweet Eats. Her website is the howsweeteats.com,
Yes.
and on Instagram she's How Sweet Eats.
Yes.
But the name of this recipe is the Gruyère French onion grilled cheese with thyme butter.
Oh, it's like magic.
Yeah.
Magic words.
But let me just show you guys this cover. It's beautiful. I know it's backwards. I hope Instagram can fix this feature, but look at this cover.
It's gorgeous.
She does all of her own photography, and she makes just incredible recipes. Like we'll talk about this in a little bit, but when you're flipping through the book, it's like you want to make every dish in it.
I know, everything looks so perfect. We really want to try everything in the book, but today we just had to start with this French onion
This
grilled
is our
cheese.
first one.
I see Terminator says hello.
Hello,
Christina
Nate.
Zenos who was our guest last time in the show, is
That's
here.
right. Hello,
I saw
Christina.
Mohammed said hello from Kuwait. Hello in
Oh,
Kuwait.
hello in Kuwait.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, everybody.
Yes, so it is what it is 8. I have it too. Isn't it a gorgeous book? We can't wait to try more recipes.
Yes.
Glistening Particles says, will you come talk on my podcast?
Of course.
Send us a DM. We would love to be in your
we'd love to
podcast.
be in your podcast.
Yes, so we posted the picture yesterday. We're gonna show. We actually did on our stories. If you look when the show's over,
When
if you
the
go to our
show's
stories, you can see a little bit of behind the scenes stuff. We're gonna make it live on the show today.
We even showed some behind the scenes of how we shot the photo.
Yes.
And we actually shot it right here
Right
where we're
here.
standing. There's a big window here to the left of
So there's
us.
light.
And we have beautiful natural lighting, and that's where we do a lot of the food photography. But we set it up, and you can watch behind the scenes a little bit later.
Yes, and so actually that's a good segue because one of the things that this recipe does is use caramelized onions, just like French onion soup, that like deeply caramelized, almost like chocolate brown.
Oh,
They're
so good.
deeply caramelized onions. We did that yesterday, and we actually did it again this morning because it just takes too long for the live show.
Yeah.
You might see recipes that say, caramelize your onions 10 to 15 minutes. Like
No,
that is
not true.
That is false. 10 to 15 minutes, you're gonna get onions that are like vaguely yellowish.
And crispy.
And crispy.
And
so-
not sweet.
and not sweet. But if you want onions that look like this,
Patience is the key.
patience is the key. These smell so good. They smell amazing. But this took almost an hour. So this originally wasn't a huge sweet onion about this big.
This was a full onion.
A full onion, a huge onion, and I sliced it real thin, and if you saute it over very low heat for about 45 to 55 minutes, it turns into this.
So you gotta be patient. It's worth it.
It takes a while, but it's worth it.
If you're planning on having lunch at noon, start them at 11. But the nice thing is you can pretty much just start it on the skillet and walk away.
Yes,
You don't
yeah.
have to sit there stirring the whole time. It's not a lot of work, but
No.
it's really worth it.
Yeah, you stir it every few minutes. You can keep it covered if you want. But yeah, you end up with this like liquid gold, not liquid, but this solid gold Oh, you just want to put on everything.
It's so delicious.
I just want to eat it straight. It's so good. So we're going to use that today that we made this morning. It's still warm.
Oh, we have a question. She says, do you saute it in butter? So no, we do not.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
I was just kidding. I was testing him to see.
Yes, we do. So in Jessica's recipe for these onions, it's just a little unsalted butter, a little bit of salt, and the onions, and a little bit of dried thyme.
Yes.
So we actually use thyme twice in this recipe. A little bit of thyme in the onions, and then we will show you in a second the other place we use thyme here. So we have the onions done. So now actually what we're going to do is make thyme butter.
Ed Gook says he's hungry already.
We are too.
For those of you, I just want to say really quickly, for those of you that don't know Ed Gook right here that just commented, definitely check out his page. He is one of our favorite people to follow on Instagram.
Yes.
He makes the most incredible cakes, and also his other food
savory
that he
dishes
makes is beautiful too. But check him out. I think he's 18 years old and he's super talented.
Yeah, he's in Cyprus. So yeah, go check him out. He's amazing. So this recipe is Gruyère French onion grilled cheese with thyme butter.
I love it.
So let's make the thyme butter.
Let's do it.
It's really easy, and this technique can be used for any kind of butter. You basically just take a little unsalted butter, leave it at room temperature until it's nice and soft, and we're gonna add some herbs.
Yeah, so I'm curious, do you guys leave your butter out on the counter at room temperature all times, or do you guys keep it in the fridge? We used to keep ours in the fridge, but it's too hard to deal with. When you're spreading it on toast, it just kind of breaks up the toast and it doesn't
rolls
spread.
Around, yeah.
Yeah, so we've been leaving it on the counter, and it's so much easier to deal with, and it's so much smoother. And
it really is.
It's really, really nice. Let us know. Are you guys room temperature butter people, or are you refrigerator butter people?
Let us know. I see Simply Sip One. I said hi, hello.
Hello, how are you?
And Gook says he's blushing. Well, good. You deserve all those kind words. You are so talented.
I'm gonna help do thyme. So if you guys have never worked with thyme, I'm sure you have. There's an easy trick to taking the leaves off of the stem. You just basically pull down and all the leaves come off at once. Sometimes you will have thyme that have too thin,
too soft
of a stem, and then the stem breaks and you can't do that. You have to kind of do it one at a time. But if you have a nice thick stem like that, it's really easy to just kind of go down.
Yes. I see we have 2 votes for on the counter already. So yes. It's so much easier to keep it on the counter.
So what about eggs? So I know some people keep their eggs on the counter. We keep ours in the fridge, but that's another thing that you technically can keep it out.
So it's a little complicated. So in Europe, they treat their eggs a little differently.
That's right.
The eggs aren't, there's some kind of rinsing process or something that happens in the United States. They rinse off some coating on the eggs, so you have to keep it in the fridge. But in Europe, they don't. And
so you can keep it out
Yes,
there.
exactly.
So if we got a dozen eggs here from the States, we wouldn't be able to do that. Unless they were chicken eggs, like if we had our own
fresh chickens, yes.
Fresh chickens.
Yes, well yeah, because natural eggs do have like some kind of coating, I think, that allows them to stay fresher longer.
Which we'd love to get chickens. We've been talking about it since we've lived in this house. We have the space for it, but we have so many coyotes and raccoons that are walking by our front door on a daily basis that they would not last long here.
No, they would not. So yeah, we have a nice...
Hi Sandra!
Hello.
Sandra's here! Hello!
So Working Mother 2 said, in the fridge on the counter would make me nervous. I would say, if you're gonna use the butter frequently, leave it on the counter, because it'll take weeks for it to go bad, honestly.
It really
does. If it's covered and in the counter, then it's gonna take a long time for it to go bad. If you're only using butter occasionally, then yeah, keep it in the fridge.
So I'm just gonna start cutting up this thyme a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. So yeah, because you want it to be broken up, it'll release those oils and all that flavor. It's looking really good. So yeah, so you can do any kind of herb butter like this. This is a really great technique. If you have parsley or basil or rosemary, any herb that you want, even lemon zest,
and it only takes a little time to make this butter.
Hey yo!
So how much does this one call for?
So this recipe calls for about a half a stick of butter, 1/4 cup, and 1.5 teaspoons.
And it's unsalted butter.
It is unsalted butter. 1.5 teaspoons of thyme. So we have this right here. We're gonna put this in. Right, got a little bit of salt.
Working Mother of 2 said the eggs on the counter and they leave the butter out. Yes, it's nice and soft that way.
Okay, so we have a little salt, a little thyme. I'm just gonna mash this in.
And hello to everyone that's waving. It's so nice to see you.
So yeah, so this butter is so soft, I'm able to just kind of like mash it in. And then we have like this nice, they call it compound butter if you want to be fancy. But
so easy. So
butter.
Half a stick of butter, half a tablespoon of thyme. 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt.
Yeah, approximately.
And you're done.
Yeah, that's it. So, and you can add more time if you want it to be extra tiny. But yeah, this is looking good. As you can see, we have nice thyme mixed in there. So, I think we're ready to build our sandwich.
Yes.
Okay, so let's move that thyme over a little bit. Should we make just one sandwich today?
Yes, we'll do one.
Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is take some of this thyme butter and put it on the outside of the bread. This will make it so we don't actually have to grease the pan because we're putting butter right on the bread itself. And that way, you can see all that delicious thyme on the outside of the bread.
Yes.
So that's gonna like caramelize and sizzle. It'll be delicious.
And this skillet is already heating up.
Yes.
Nice and hot, ready to go.
It should be nice and ready. We can test it too. Let's test it. I like to check the skillet by
I love this tip.
dropping a little bit of water, and it should kind of dance and sizzle when you put it in. That looks perfect.
That's perfect.
Okay, so we have our 2 slices with thyme butter. Now that's gonna be the outside of the bread. Yeah. That's
From
gonna be
this
the outside
book,
of the
for
bread.
those of you just joining, this is Jessica Merchant's House Weeds. The Pretty Dish is the name of it, and we are cooking the Gruyère French onion grilled cheese with thyme butter today, and it's the first recipe that we've made from it.
And not the last. That
Not
is
the
for
last.
sure.
Oh my
There's so many
goodness.
recipes there that look great.
I'm gonna show you her picture.
Looks so good.
Come over here, look at that.
It
Got
looks
the
so
recipe
good.
here.
Okay, so we have our bread with the thyme butter on the outside. What we're gonna do is put about half the cheese on first.
You know what's so funny?
What?
So she said exactly what we said.
Oh, really?
She said even before I enjoyed eating onions, I had an obsession with French onion soup.
Guilty.
That's the same thing here. So this is French
So
onion soup
good.
combined into a crispy and ooey gooey,
Oh.
melty cheese, grilled cheese.
Mm.
So sweet.
Okay, so I'm gonna be really generous with this cheese here. We're gonna put a nice big pile on this
So
bread.
she calls for what? A half a cup?
I think about that. Yeah, I think it's by weight. It's like I think 3 ounces of cheese per sandwich. So that's a good amount of cheese.
I say more.
More. So we're gonna put a nice thick layer of cheese on there.
So I remember yesterday we were surprised by that tower. I'm gonna
Yes.
even do more.
Okay.
Seriously, that's the way to do it. If you want melty, ooey gooey cheese, this is the way to do it.
Yes.
And we'll show them at home.
And then, so now that we have a layer of cheese, we're gonna put on some onions and then another layer of
Oh,
cheese.
these onions. This is what makes
They
it right
smell
here.
so good. So yeah, so these again, if you're just joining us, these are onions that we caramelized this morning with a little dried thyme and a little salt. They took almost an hour to get like this, so you gotta be patient.
I wish I knew how to pronounce their name, but she said that the photo was amazing. So
Yael, thank you so much.
Thank you for complimenting the photo. And Working Mother of Two said, cute Mackenzie Child vase on the piano.
That is
Good
true.
eye.
Good
is from
eye. That one right
Mackenzie
there.
Child, and the bougainvillea is from outside of our kitchen window.
It's so nice. Okay, so we have a nice layer of onions.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're gonna put, oh actually, before we put the cheese on top, let's add a little salt and pepper.
Yeah, so the recipe doesn't call for it, but we like a little extra salt and pepper.
It's really
Can't hurt anyone.
Put some pepper on there.
Yes.
And then you want to put another layer of cheese on top?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we don't mess around here. If you want to grill cheese, you want it to be cheesy.
I think we're good here.
Think we're good after that?
Yes.
Okay, so now I'm putting the piece with thyme butter on the outside there. Oh my gosh,
So
look.
look how tall it is.
Look at that. Okay, so this is going in right now.
Simply Sabuana says, this is such a teaser. I can only eat soft foods.
Oh no, yeah, she said that she was
yeah.
getting a wisdom teeth extraction.
Oh.
Oh, good luck. I've had my wisdom teeth out.
Yeah, I did that when I was, I think, 25.
Yeah.
And it was not a
It's not-
pleasant experience.
yeah, you'll get
but
through it. You'll be fine.
You'll get through it.
So I put the thing in here.
If
No,
you need
I'm
some
gonna.
soup, we'll bring you some hot soup.
We'll bring you some hot soup. I'm gonna put this lid on here. Whenever you're making grilled cheese, I'm gonna press this down. Whenever you're making grilled cheese, if you put the lid on, it helps the heat stay inside and it melts the inside.
He taught me this. I didn't know that. I used to make grilled cheese and never used a lid, but this really does help get the cheese all melty inside. It's a good trick.
Because sometimes, you know, the bottom of your bread might be getting really brown and like you need to flip it, but it's not quite cooked inside. So putting on a lid will definitely help.
I just also wanted to point out Terminator. He's another one of our favorite photographers here on Instagram. His styling is out of this world.
Incredible.
It's Terminator, or Terminator.
Because his name's Nate.
But definitely check out Nate's page too. He is phenomenal.
He's like a storyteller with photos. It's absolutely gorgeous.
And we get to meet him in a couple months.
Yeah.
We're so excited.
Yes, I'm so excited. Okay, so do we want to talk any more about the book while this is cooking?
Let's do it. While this is cooking, for those of you just joining, we are cooking out of Jessica Merchant's The Pretty Dish today. You were going to say?
No, I was just going to say that it's a really cool book, not only because it's full of delicious recipes, but also there's a whole chapter at the end for home and body products made out of food. There are bath bombs, there's lip balm, there is face masks.
Which we were thinking of doing. We were debating whether to do our first face mask on the show. We've only done recipes so far, but maybe one day we will do that.
Yeah,
I think it could be fun.
She does. She has recipes in there for like where you mix together like Greek yogurt, coffee, and cocoa, and you rub that in your face. There's an avocado mask, a salt scrub, all kinds of fun stuff. I've never tried putting food on my face, but I'd be into it. So we should try it.
Like we said before, the thing with this book is there is one thing I don't like about it. I gotta be honest.
What?
There's one thing that I don't like about this book.
What?
It's too hard to decide what to make. That's my only problem, is that I don't know what to do. It's like
everything looks good.
I guarantee that if I close my eyes and just opened up to any page, it's gonna be something. And like I said, look at this, you guys.
I was actually thinking about that one just now.
This is s'mores stuffed sweet potatoes. Have you ever heard of anything like this before in your entire life?
So she takes a sweet potato, roasts it, and puts marshmallows, chocolate, and graham crackers in the sweet potato. It sounds ridiculously delicious.
I'm gonna prove to you that we can do it again, twice in a row. I mean, look at this. Any page. Well, that's the intro to our cocktail challenge. One more time.
But maybe not that one.
Not that one because it's salmon and we're vegetarians.
That one's salmon too.
That one's salmon too. I was just kidding.
But that one.
Pretzel, puff pastry, cheaters croissants.
That sounds so good.
This is crazy, you guys. We remember looking through this yesterday. Tell them what this is.
So that is homemade croissants, but use puff pastry. So it's much easier. And it saves so much time, because like who has time to laminate all that dough? It's way too much work. But if you buy puff pastry, I guess you can make croissants.
Watermelon fruit pizza, there's sweet and spicy pretzels.
Everything looks so good. Okay, so let's share.
And so like we said, you know, there's some vegetarian stuff, a lot of vegetarian stuff, and then there's also some things with meat and fish, for those of you that partake in that.
Let's see how we're doing under here.
But yeah.
Ooh, we got some nice
lots
color
of good
happening.
stuff, beautiful photography.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. So we're not timing it.
Good.
We're just doing this by eye, but I can't wait to show you what this piece of toast looks like on top. It's absolutely perfect.
Yes, because we can't really give an exact time for something like this because it depends how high your stove is, it depends on your pan, it depends on all that stuff. What you're looking for is a nice golden brown outside, crispy and delicious, and then you want that cheese in the middle to be nice and melty. But other than that, cook it however you like.
So we said a minute ago, we have a trip coming up in June that we're really excited about.
We do.
We just bought our tickets yesterday. We are going to Lexington, Kentucky for the very first time.
I've never been to Kentucky.
I've never been. I've always heard it's beautiful. But our friend Harvest and Honey is putting together this really intimate retreat. And it happens at the end of June, and Nate Terminator is going to be there. And
Food by Mars is going to be there, and a couple other people. And it's also going to be a fundraiser to feed people who need food in the world.
Yes.
So yeah, we're gonna be posting about that soon, I think, to let people get involved and give you a little more info about that.
We're going to be cooking together and I think visiting some wineries while we're out. It's going to be a good time.
And there's going to be an event on Saturday morning where we're packing like 10,000 lunches or something like that. We're going to have some volunteers. It's going to be awesome.
We will be sharing everything on our stories for sure. We love doing it.
Definitely. Okay, so this is getting...
That's the whole thing. Is like, I love doing stories because I know how much people respond and how much they're into it, so it makes it fun for us.
Yeah, we love when you guys like write us and tell us like what you think or if you have any questions. That's our favorite thing.
Yeah,
we love it.
If we were just doing this to nobody, it would be no fun, but you guys make it so much fun for us.
Yes, exactly.
Keep it going.
Okay, so just looking at this. Ooh, it's looking good. We're getting nice and melty.
Nice and melty.
Just gonna give it a little more time.
I just wanted to bring up one thing. So a week or so ago, we were saying on our main feed that we had an announcement to discuss with everyone. And I will just briefly say that it got pushed back a little bit.
Yes.
So stick with us. The announcement is coming next month.
Yes, due to circumstances beyond our control, we are not going to make the announcement this week, but we will promise to keep you posted.
It's
very soon.
definitely happening in May this time, no doubt. There was a little confusion about the actual date, which was supposed to be last week, but in fact, it is next week.
Yes.
So just be patient, and we have something very exciting coming very soon.
Yes, very, very soon. Okay, so I'm just going to clear a little space here. I'm going to put the sandwich down. And then, do you want to talk about the trick that you're going to be doing?
Yeah, so I have a clove of garlic here. It's already peeled. And this is something that I like to do on my grilled cheese sandwiches. It adds a little extra garlic flavor. Oh my gosh, that smells amazing.
It smells
so
so
basically,
good.
you just want to cut a clove of garlic in half, just like so. And then with the end that I cut open, I'm just going to rub it on top of the sandwich to give it a little nice fresh garlic flavor.
Yeah, so
I love doing this.
Rub it on the outside, and that way you get just a hint of garlic. It's not overwhelming. It's not
overwhelming.
like, ooh, a garlicky sandwich. It's just like a little bit.
Little garlic clove. That's a nice tip.
Yes. Okay, should we try it?
Oh, yes.
It's going to be really hot.
Listen to that crunch.
Oh my god. Okay, so
let's just show people.
Look at that gooey, melty cheese there.
With onions sticking out on the side. Here we go.
So yeah, you can see how the thyme has sort of like laminated itself onto the pot there. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Good job on the crust. Okay. This is absolute perfection. I want to show people the thyme here. Look at all that nice thyme that's got into the crust there.
So good. Should we try it?
Let's try this.
This is torture. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you, Jessica, for writing a beautiful cookbook. And thank you, everybody, for joining. Cheers.
Oh my god.
I love Gruyere cheese, and it's so nice with the thyme, and I love the hint of garlic. We didn't do the...
It doesn't overwhelm at all. It's just like that just slightest hint.
When we took the picture of it yesterday, I forgot about the garlic clove trick. And we didn't do that, but today, I really love what that does. It's really nice.
Oh, that's so good.
It's so nice. One more bite, excuse me.
Yeah, so Gruyere, like you were saying, Gruyere is great. They use it in French onion soup. They use it in fondue because Gruyere melts really well. When it melts, it becomes really creamy and really smooth. What? Kaylee just said, what's smoking? The pan. It's a little warm. It's been on for a long time. But yeah, Gruyere is so good. It's really savory, and so it really contrasts nicely with like the sweet onions. That is so good.
This is a really fantastic grilled cheese.
Yeah, and I feel like this is really easy to do too, because you can make the caramelized onions ahead of time, and just kind of have them ready to go, and that way you just make a grilled cheese, throw in the onions, and it's like 5 minutes, you're done.
And just remember what you learned today. Keep the grilled onions going for about 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of letting it go for too long, because the
longer
longer they go, the sweeter they get, and the softer they get.
Yep.
Lorene wants us to FedEx this sandwich up to Alaska.
I'm not sure it'll still be crispy and warm by the time it gets there, but we'll try.
Look at that. I love the thyme that's in the crust here.
It's so...
The grilled onions.
Oh my gosh, I just want to eat that. So we're going to eat the rest of these sandwiches. And confident, not perfect, said I didn't know we all vegetarians. How cool. I'm one too.
So we get that a lot. A lot of people don't know that we're vegetarians because we're not the type of vegetarians that just are promoting healthy food all the time.
Right.
Although we both love to eat healthy.
Of course.
We're also okay with doing grilled onions and butter and doing
cheese and
extraordinary
all that kind of
cakes, and we're okay with that. But yeah, we are. We've been vegetarian a long time. Yeah. I'm going on 28 years.
I have 18 years.
18 years. It's been a long time.
Long time. But yeah, unless anybody has any other questions, we are gonna eat these sandwiches. Maybe we'll go outside and eat them. It's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful, beautiful day.
But yeah, you guys should make these sandwiches for your weekend and enjoy every single bite. And yeah, go check out Jessica Merchant. She's How Sweet Eats here on Instagram.
I just wanted to show you this trick real quick before we go.
The grand finale.
This napkin is a magic napkin. Okay. And when I put it here in my hand, like so, like that, and just Just kind of go like that. It's gone. No napkins.
What? Where did it go?
It's a little magic trick that I've learned.
You don't have any sleeves
no
on.
Sleeves
How
behind
did?
it.
Wow.
And with that, I'd like to say farewell and thank you for tuning in today.
Thank you for joining us, everybody. Have a great weekend. Again, I am Ryan.
I'm Adam.
We are Husbands That Cook.
And thank you so much for tuning in. We love doing this.
We do this every weekend, so we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye.